Tough talk from the director of the FBI, James Comey. Today, he tackled the topic of race relations and law enforcement during a speech at Georgetown University. CBS 4's Craig Boswell is in Washington, D.C. with more details.
With the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson, the death of Eric Garner in Staten Island, and the ongoing protests throughout the country, we are at a crossroads.
FBI Director James Comey says the country needs to keep up its dialogue about race relations and law enforcement. He says it's time all sides heard some hard truth.
Something happens to people in law enforcement.
Comey says officers can become cynical, and that can lead to a distrust of minorities, especially young black men.
We need to come to grips with the fact that this behavior complicates the relationship between the police and the communities they serve.
And he says racial biases can go both ways.
In some American communities, people view the police not as allies, but as antagonists, and think of them as someone not to be treated with gratitude and respect, but someone worthy of suspicion and distrust.
I was moved by Director Comey's remarks today.
Paul Butler is a former federal prosecutor and professor at Georgetown Law. He called Comey's speech historic.
For the FBI director to talk about the privilege of the white majority, unconscious racism, our history of discrimination, that's huge.
Butler and Comey agree race relations can improve if all sides keep talking. Craig Boswell, CBS 4 News.
Comey also suggested officers spend less time in patrol cars and more time walking the streets of the communities they serve. And he says it's time law enforcement began collecting data on police-involved shootings so we can understand the true magnitude of the problem.